I enjoy drawing environments from my imagination, specifically dystopian-like cityscapes that allow me to improvise and have fun. Now these can sometimes be visually overwhelming and appear quite random, but I've had a few comments from people asking how I draw these. So here in this episode of Sketchbook 100, I thought that I could break down my approach and talk about what's involved in this process of drawing these environments. So right off the bat I want to say that I wouldn't know where to start with these drawings if I didn't have an understanding of perspective. Perspective is a drawing fundamental, and to me it's the most important. I have a series of tutorials on the subject, so go check them out if you are not familiar with it already, but if you are, then you will know what's involved. To begin these drawings, I start sketching at random. I have a vague idea of what I want to draw, but I make a lot of the decisions as I go. As I start to draw everything out, I begin to direct my lines to a vanishing point on the horizon line. Now at this stage I haven't actually drawn out the horizon line or vanishing points, although in most cases it does make sense to start by doing that. Here in this drawing I start to draw something first, and then I'm able to establish the horizon line and vanishing points. In this example, the horizon line was around the centre of the page, and there were two vanishing points. One was on the other page to the right, and one was off the page to the left, which meant I had to judge the direction of my lines based on where I assumed that vanishing point was. Again, a lot of this will make more sense if you have a basic understanding of perspective. Alternatively, I could have just taken a less mechanical approach and drawn all of this in freehand, estimating the direction of my lines without actually taking a ruler to them, but I enjoy working like this and I find that the precise and mechanical results are quite satisfying. Again, that comes down to personal preference. So I've been drawing this out for a while now, and you might be watching me do this and think, how does he come up with these designs? What informs his decisions when he's drawing an environment like this? Well, I improvise a lot when I draw. I don't have an image in my head of what I want the drawing to look like, I just start drawing, and then what I draw tends to inform what I draw next. Let me explain. So when I started this drawing, I didn't know what I was going to draw. I just begin sketching a section of a building and I focus on small areas at a time. I build up some forms in perspective whilst adding detail, and I continue to draw things that I think fit into the scene. I'll sometimes experiment and have fun with the drawing by drawing some out of the ordinary structures, or at times I will even skew the perspective to create forms which would be impossible in real life. What I draw is informed by my interests and personal preferences. Perhaps it's tied to my association with architecture or my fascination with Asian culture, cities like Tokyo and Hong Kong. I'm unable to pinpoint where it all comes from, but it is undoubtedly inspired by my own experiences and executed by my drawing ability. When it comes to drawing, I still have a lot to learn, and as I progress with my education, my work will likely evolve as well. I understand my weaknesses when it comes to drawing, and I realise that I need to spend the necessary time to practice and improve upon them. An artist's drawing ability plays a part in the production of an image, so here I am talking about what's involved in the process of this drawing, but be aware that underneath all of that, there is a set amount of knowledge, more in some areas than in others, that inform my decisions as well. Towards the end of the drawing, I start to refine the image and work into it further. Some of you will know that I tend to colour my drawings digitally. These drawings that you see me create in this sketchbook, they are only a step towards the final result. Similar to what's involved in the creation of comics, this is the line work before it's been coloured. So that is what is involved in the production of these imaginative environments that I draw, and now I'm going to scan this into Photoshop and add some colour. If you'd like to see the colouring process, then be sure to check out the Patreon page because I post the footage over on there, and if you'd like to see the final artwork in colour, then be sure to follow me on Instagram. But that is it for this episode of Sketchbook 100. If you enjoyed it, then please leave a like, and with all that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.